Hello everyone, so welcome back to this video. Yeah, so if this is your first time watching our video and this is the first video that you're watching, please, there are videos before this one and this is a continuation of our previous video. So with the previous video we talked about our password security, where we got to analyze how we can set up a good password. We also talked about password confidentiality, and we went on to talk about password reuse. And in this video, we want to demo a technology that can help us effectively manage, store our password securely, and also help us generate good and strong password. And the technology can also help us to differentiate between a bad password and a good password. So this is the 1Password technology. And for you to be able to use the product, first off, you need to search for their website on your browser. And on my screen, you can see that I've been able to search for it. I searched using 1password.com, and it took me directly to their website, and this is their website. And from the web page you can see that there is an opportunity for us to try the product for free. So you can actually try the product for a given period of time, so we'll get to also see the period at which the trial would elapse. So the product can actually go for a user, so a user can actually subscribe for this product, and this is the cost. Families can also make good use of it, and we also have the pricing for businesses. And like I said, there's a trial period for this product, and the trial period is just for 14 days. So now we'll go on to click on try free for 14 days. So here we are, and before you can be able to set up an account on 1Password, you first of all need to firstly you need to add an extension. Add the 1Password extension to your browser, and this is what we'll be doing now. I will click on add extension, and here we are. We are directed to another web page that would allow us to add the 1Password extension to our browser, and the browser that I'm using is Chrome. So I will just click on add to Chrome, and automatically this will be added to my browser. Add extension, and then this will be added to my Chrome browser. So now the extension is downloading, and once it's done downloading, we'll have to set it up completely. So right now we've been able to download it completely, and as you can see, it stated that the password manager has been added to Chrome. So this is completely done. So now what next? We just need to go back to, if we should go to this icon on our browser, click on this icon on the browser. This is our extension icon. So we can see that the 1Password has been added to our Chrome browser. So this is it, 1Password manager. So you can also go on to manage the extension, just so you are sure that the extension was successfully added to your browser. So when you click on it, it takes you to the extension on the browser. As you can see, the extension was actually added to the browser. So these are all the information that we can find here, and the extension was enabled by default. So now let's go back to our 1Password site and continue to set up our account. So we just have to click on add it later. Here we've been able to set up this. Yeah, we've been able to add the extension to our browser. So what next? We just have to click on add it later. This add it later, it doesn't really mean Just click on it and say skip this because we've already done this. We've already been able to add the extension to our browser. So we can go on to skip this. And right now we'll be asked to create an account. So here we just need to create an account for our one password. So whenever we want to log into the one password account, so the information that we'll be providing now will be required for our logins. So now I would be entering a name for this account, and you can actually use any name that you can remember. So this is not really something so serious. You can use anything that you can remember. So I'll just use something that I like. And now you'll be required to enter an email address for the account. So I'll be entering my email address. And so now we can now go on to click on next. So here a verification mail was sent to our email address, and we are required to provide a verification code that was sent to our email address, enter the code and continue with the setup. So I click on next, and here it tells us that your password and secret key work together to protect your data like two keys to one lock. You need both passwords to set up a new devices, but you only need your password to unlock. So the password that we created initially, or the password, sorry, that we'll be creating now, which is our one time password. This password will be required at every login. So whenever you want to log into your one password account, the password that we'll be setting up right now will be required for your logins. But with the secret key, it's very important that you keep your secret key safe. You can go on to print the secret key and print it out and then keep it in a secure location. So whenever you want to set up your one password account on a different device, the secret key would be required. So we can now go on to set up our password. So now I can enter a very strong password like we discussed in the previous videos. We talked about how we can set up a good password, and a good password is a combination of uppercase, lowercase, symbols. It should be 12 characters long, and it should also have numbers inclusive. So now we would have to make sure that our password meets the requirement for a strong password. So I will go on to set up a good password. So you just need to repeat the same password here. So this is like you confirming that the password that you entered previously is the same as what you have now. So here I can now go on to continue with the setup. So right now we'll be asked to make payment, but there are two ways to this. You can actually go on to make the payment immediately if this is a product that you've tested previously. But if this is your first time trying to test out the product, then it's best you can go on to create an account and add a payment method later. So you can go on with this option. So with this option, we can bypass the payment entries and then go on to set up our accounts. All right, so having clicked on that, so now we'll be directed to the point where we'll have to download, or first of all generate our secret key. Then we can go on to download the secret key. Like I mentioned, please ensure that you print out the secret key and store it in a safe location. Very important. Do not keep the secret key in a place where anyone can see it. So, like I said, if someone should get hold of this secret key, they can also be able to use it to set up your 1Password account on their device. And that is if they've been able to compromise your password. So now we've been able to download the 1Password secret key. We just go on, click on next, and this takes us to the next setup page. So here it says, okay, let's get the browser extension set up. We've been able to set up the browser extension. That was the first thing we did. So now we just have to go on to say, yeah, add account. I already have an account with 1Password. We've been able to do that. So add account, keep 1Password in easy reach. So you can just go and see add account, join. So go and learn to save and fill. Just keep clicking on this and yeah. So here we are. This is a tutorial. It's just like a guide that helps us understand how we can effectively navigate through the web page of the 1Password. So it's just for us to familiarize ourselves on how we can be able to navigate. So once we get into the account, this is how we can be able to log in. The next time we want to log in, this is how we can log in. So you can go on to enter your password. But this is like a tutorial, so not necessarily important, but you can actually go through it so you get to understand how you can be able to navigate. So this is requiring that we enter the password. So like I said, the 1Password can also help you generate random passwords. So we just generated the password and click on the password that has been generated. Right now, we've been taken to another part of the tutorial where we can be able to create a website. So basically, like I mentioned, the 1Password allows you to log in using 1Password. So the password we created or we set up initially will be required at every login. So whenever we want to log into our 1Password account, we'll have to log in using that password. So when you are in the 1Password account, you can be able to create accounts like for whatever site that you want to create an account with. Probably let's use an example like Facebook. You want to create an account on Facebook, and you've been able to create an account on Facebook, but you don't want to be logging into Facebook directly. And maybe you have to log into Facebook, you have to log into Instagram, and this requires that you store your password somewhere. So we want to avoid a situation where we have to reuse our passwords, right? So you don't want to log into your Facebook and Facebook secretly and then have to log into your Instagram, have to log into your YouTube, or have to log into your Gmail. So all these accounts are separate. So we want to bring all these accounts in our 1Password account. So where we can be able to easily navigate from our 1Password. So we just have to be able to remember 1Password. The password that we have to remember is the password that we used in logging into the 1Password account. So that is the only information that you should keep in your head. Then the other account that you want to log in, all those information will be saved in the 1Password account. So this is what we are about doing. The tutorial is helping us understand that we can be able to create a website and then store our website password, our account password for that website in our 1Password account. So here it says any website, yep, we want to create we'll have to set up the username, the password, and then we also set up the site. So for instance, if this was to be Facebook that we want to create an account for, we can just change this website to facebook.com and can click on save. So all this we'll get to see it when we log in finally into our 1Password account. So here we've been taken to this. You can just click next, then to sign in. So here you have to also sign in. So now when you want to log into Facebook, maybe once you are done saving or creating a website for your Facebook on 1Password. So whenever you want to log into Facebook, what 1Password will do is to automatically generate or autofill that information on your login form. So here you see it's been able to autofill it. It's suggesting that this is Facebook. I know this is Facebook. And in your 1Password account, you stated that this is the username for your Facebook account and this is the password. It autofills the password automatically. So you can easily log in without having to remember the Facebook password. So another aspect of the 1Password technology is that you can be able to import passwords. If there are passwords that you want to use with your account, you can also import it. But here we'll have to skip this option and then click on all set. So ready, set, internet. Now you can use 1Password to create, save, and use your logins as you go. To open 1Password, tap the icon in your browser's toolbar. So this is your browser's toolbar, and this is the icon that we need to tap on. So we just have to tap on this, and here we are in our 1Password account. So now we've been logged into the 1Password account officially. So this is how the interface looks like. So like I said, you can create websites. You can create a website, and on that website you define your login information on the website. So this is to allow you to easily log into those sites whenever you want to log into them. So you don't really need to remember the password for those sites, because those information or that information have been saved in your 1Password account. So we'll just go on to click on new item, and we want to create an account. So here we are again. We'll be required to click on this, click on login, because we want to create a login page for our website. So this is replicating what we've already created on those accounts, like the individual account that we've created for the various sites. We can actually replicate those login information here and also add the site name. So this is how this is going to play out. So right now we can just say this new item, we can rename it as Facebook. And here the username for Facebook, you can just use any name. It's not gonna be any name, please. It's going to be the same name that was used when you created an account on Facebook. So when you were creating an account on Facebook, you were required to enter a username, the password, right? And you also required to provide other information. But on the 1Password account, the requirement is just the username and the password, because this is the information that you'll be using during your login. So now we just have to enter the username for our Facebook account. So what's the username? This is Facebook account. So enter it. And here, enter the same password for your Facebook account. So here I'm going to use a weak password. The reason I'll be using a weak password is for us to see how 1Password is going to notify us that the password that we entered or we are using is a weak password, and we may have to consider changing that password. So I'll just go on to use a weak password, like there's a reason for using a weak password. So here we've been able to put that. Yep. So this is the password that we entered, and we also want to create site. So the site will be https facebook.com. So this is it. We've entered inside. This is our login information for our Facebook account. So save this information for us. So whenever we want to log into Facebook, just autofill the login for Facebook with this information. So we just click on save. Yeah. So right now you can see the notification here that says terrible. It says this password is terrible. This password can be easily compromised, so you may reconsider changing it now before it leads to a major compromise. So this is the way 1Password helps you as an individual to proactively secure your account. So these are things that you would have done all by yourself, but 1Password is here to help you improve on your password security without having to do this all by yourself. So here it says the password is terrible, so please change this password. So I would also go on to exit this, yeah, because I do not buy into the idea of using terrible password. So we'll change this something really useful. So this is what we're using here. So this is what we'll be using. And having used it, and we go on to save, let's see what it tells us about the password. Can you see? It says very good, because this password meets the requirement for a strong password. I hope you learned something from this demonstration. So right now we'll have to log into our Facebook account, but like I said, to avoid the reuse of password, that is why we have 1Password technology. So it has been able to help us save our password in our 1Password account. So now we don't have to remember that information. So what we just need to do is to click on the login form. So here it says Facebook. Can you see? It autofills that information, and here we are. So this is like sorry, this is a wrong information that was filled in the 1Password account. So I did not use an account that exists on Facebook. This is just for the purpose of demonstration. So we can now go on to try it out by creating an account on Facebook, and then use the information or the login information that was created on Facebook, create that information on our 1Password account, go back to your Facebook login page, and see if the 1Password will be able to autofill that information on the Facebook login page without having to let you do that yourself. So I believe this was really easy, simplified, and you can see the aesthetics of this solution is really wonderful. It's not really difficult to navigate through the web pages. It's quite explanatory. So if there are other things that you want to understand, or maybe there are other features that you want to understand how you can use them effectively, please, I would also be adding the 1Password, a link that will direct you to a tutorial on 1Password. This is the tutorial from 1Password, so you can actually go through the tutorial and get to understand how the other features work as well. So thank you so much everyone for watching. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for participating, and we are so glad and happy to have you on board. And we believe that in our subsequent videos we will get to lay more emphasis on other cyber hygiene that we have not talked about. So please, if you are yet to subscribe, if you are yet to like and follow, this is the right time for you to do so. And we can't wait to see you in our next video. Thank you, and bye for now.